Hey everybody, final thoughts time for SUPERHOT, the card game, which is super hot. This is truth in advertising. This is an awesomely fun little fast-playing solo game that really, captures the spirit of its original video game so well. And that is a huge accomplishment because the video game itself was so unique. This notion of time standing still until you move and then everything around you moves. How do you bring that into a game that's implicitly standing still? Because of course, board games don't move on their own. It works so well. This notion of the time track, things that are further along or closer to you, when you play SUPERHOT, the video game, you can kind of get into this sort of flow where everything's just going and you're just on fire. And I throw the bottle to take out the guy, to grab his shotgun, to take out the other guy. And then I throw the shotgun at the bullet that's coming at me from the other guy. All these crazy, amazing things you do in the game, you do here as well. It's so satisfying to literally slice a bullet out of the air with a katana and complete an objective while doing it. It's absolutely delightful. And you do feel like, okay, well, all right, I can't take out all these guys, but if I dive behind the pillar, that's going to give me more time next turn to draw more cards. The original video game is this weird abstract place, and so this is an abstract fight, but it feels so atmospheric and it's so alive because you do. Another thing I really love about this is you feel really a lot of peaks and valleys in the overall experience. Sometimes you can be really ahead and you've got so many cards, there's nothing the game can throw at you. And like I said, that emulates the feeling of the video game where you're in the flow, where everything's going your way, you're on top of the world, nothing can stop you. But then before too long, the game will turn on a dime and suddenly you are completely surrounded. There's bullets coming everywhere and it's all you can do to stay alive as you just get more weighed down with bullet after bullet after bullet. Very, very clever, very charming, a blast, a really fun solo game. Never mind the fact that you're going to get a very different experience every time just because there are all these different objectives and you're going to get different combinations of them every time. And then, if all that weren't enough, one thing that's very, very cool is unlike its video game big brother, you don't have to go solo here. You can play with other people. My prototype came with a deck of player 2 cards, which is basically the same as the deck of player 1 cards. I've only played this co-op. There are also rules to play deathmatch, a competitive game. I have no idea how that works, but the co-op is really interesting. It kind of reminds me of the Owner Room games, the Owniverse games, where those are solo games, designed as solo games, but with a simple little tweak, they can be turned into an interesting cooperative experience. That's what happens here, because if you're playing cooperatively, first of all, the game gets a bit tougher because on the first level, you've got 2 objectives. On the second level, you've got 3. On the third level, you've got 4. So you always have 1 additional objective because you've got 2 people working at the same time. And what happens is, on your turn, you've got your 4 cards. You look at what the room's doing, and you play like you just saw me do. And then after my turn's over, I've dealt with whatever is coming at me. I've maybe taken some damage, whatever it is. It then goes to the next player. They deal with the room. So we just take turns dealing with the same room. But on my turn, often, because a big part of this game, this is a deck builder. And so you've got cards in your hand that you use as resource to buy other cards to help you in the future. Although your deck is constantly cycling. It's so really clever how it works. Sometimes in turns though, hey, I can buy this thing for 3. That leaves this 1 extra card I can't do anything with. In the co-op game, what you can do is one of the cards in your hand, you can set aside so that your teammate can use it on their turn. It doesn't go in their hand. This is still considered your card. You'll get it back after they use it, but they can use a card. So, I could be looking at my hand saying, okay, if I do this and this, and they're looking at their hand saying, okay, well now, you're not going to take out these 2 things, so I'm going to have to deal with them on my turn, but I don't have enough attack. And I say, well, you know what? I got another punch. If I give you this other punch, if I don't use this, will that help you? Yeah, but you know what? If you have a dodge, I'd rather take that. Okay, I'll use this. I'll give you this dodge instead because then that means I can use the pillar. So, again, like the Owner Room games, this is first and foremost designed as a solo game, but it was a very interesting and compelling cooperative experience as well. And Jen and I enjoyed it. And that's saying something because Jen hates games with guns. This is all guns all the time. But it's so cool. It is so hot. It is so super hot that Jen enjoyed it too, which is, contrary to her normal feeling about games with a lot of shooting, because this is a first-person shooter brought into card form and with some really, really clever stuff. Now, like I said, it's on Kickstarter right now. I hope this thing hits all its stretch goals. I know they've got a lot plans for a lot more, but anyway, check it out. It's really, really awesome. Quite unlike anything else out there. Of course, it has a really awesome look because the video game looks really awesome too. It's super duper fast. It's just a deck of cards. It's ultra portable. It's super hot. And that's it, folks. Thanks for watching. Now, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, as always, please let me know. Otherwise, hope you have a very, very nice day. Talk to you later. So long. Bye-bye.